All right, can you hear me? Just 111 if you can hear me clearly. 111 if you can hear me clearly. I think the network is the weapon of fashion against us today. We'd have to break away. Good, thank you very much. So I was asking, how much is a bottle of water sold in your environment? How much is a bottle of water sold in your environment? So let's move away. Let's move from there. For many, a bottle of water is sold around 300 to 500. Good. But for others, when you go to different hotels, and especially when you leave the country and visit a maybe a neighboring country or maybe outside completely, you're going to find out that that same bottle water is sold at around $150, sometimes $50, sometimes $100, and especially in Dubai, I got to know that a bottle of water can be sold around $1,500 depending on the hotel you go to, and that's very very true. That's actually true because I did my research. So what's changed? What's changed? What's changed? That is something I want us to, brood on today. What's changed? What is the determinant factor of how something is sold or how something is valued? Now, we first understand that it's the environment. Then, secondly, it's the perspective. The perspective. So that's the same reason why you see that you have a friend that you do video editing with, and that friend is paid 50,000 naira or let's say 20,000 naira to edit one video. Exactly. But you are paid 1,500 dollars to edit one video. I have. I have a student currently who edits a particular video. If you see majority of my videos that I've been posting, he's the one that edits it. Shout out to him anyways. His name is Daniel. A very good guy. A student of mine, trained him, he graduated from the academy and all. He currently edits one video for $250. And that's crazy. Right? But it's not much. He's just starting out. He's just starting out. You get the point now. But there are others who still edit videos at this age for 10,000 naira, 5,000 naira, 20,000 naira, and the likes of them. I'm not saying they are bad, but there is something wrong. Do you get the point? There is something wrong. So that is the problem that we have to tackle this evening. So there are a lot of us who have skills already. It's not like we don't have. We have. We have been able to discover our identity. We know what we want to do now. We have a skill, but we are devalued in the market. We are paid little or nothing for that particular skill. Is that not crazy and painful? Especially when you know that there are individuals out there who are earning more and way higher than you, and you think of it that I'm actually good, more better than this person. So what is wrong? Do you get the point? As a career coach growing up, I saw other coaches, especially when I was doing I was into affiliate marketing, and there were coaches above me who were making sales like mad, like so crazy sales, crazy figures, and likes of those. And it was, would I say depressing for me because I know what I'm doing. I know my strategies. I know everything I'm doing. I know I'm implementing everything they're asking. But what is wrong? Why is it that they are making crazy sales and all that? And I am just here making little money. So I knew that something had to change. So what was that? What is that thing that had to change? What is that thing that had to change? I knew it has to be something. Branding. Branding. So next slide. The third slide, I think, yeah. The skill paradox. So you have to understand that skill alone, the skill you have right now alone will not attract opportunities for you. It does not announce itself. It does not explain itself. It does not market itself to the market. You are the one that markets it. The skill is just a skill. No matter how good you are, that is just a skill. It's something that anybody can learn and everybody can learn. You get now? But it does not announce itself. No matter how good you are, I will not know unless you tell me that this is how good I am. No matter how good a product is, the product cannot sell itself unless it is marketed by somebody or someone. Do you understand that point? So a skill is your technical abilities and your expertise. Announcement is self-promotion and visibility. Explanation is articulating the value of that skill and the benefits of that skill. The opportunities is the one that is attracted by effective communication. So you understand that skill is just one thing, but when it comes to sales or making sales or making wave with that particular skill or that value you have, there are three other things that highly contribute to it: the announcement, the explanation, and the opportunities. The announcement is the self-promotion and visibility. So how are you promoting it? What's the visibility margin for that particular skill? Now, how are you articulating the value of that skill? How are you telling the audience? We are going to get there. The audience, the benefit of that skill and why they should come patronize or sought after that skill. Then how are you communicating it? We'll get to see that most times what we have is just skill. But there are individuals who just have skill alone, while there are individuals who have skill and the ability to market that skill. But what majority of us have is just skill. So when you see that there is a skill coming up, there is video editing, you want to go and learn video editing. When you see this one is coming up, you want to learn this. When you see this is coming up, you just want to learn everything. It's good, actually. It's one thing to actually learn a skill, while it's another thing to sell yourself or sell that skill. So it's one thing for me to get a pen in the market, and it's another thing when I want to sell that pen and that pen is of no use to me again, to now sell it to somebody who needs it. You now have to understand. That's the reason why I asked us to go do research of Maslow's law, hierarchies of need, before we started. So you then have to understand that there are needs of people. So you may have a skill right now that has expired, because AI has actually made a lot of skills expired right now. This slide I'm going to be using today was designed completely by AI. The only thing I had to do was just to put my logo. The IIS you see up there was completely designed by AI. I just sent the content after getting my content and putting everything together with my research and all. I just put it into the AI and it generated and gave me this powerful slide. Do you understand? So you see that there are some skills that are expired already, while there are some skills that are needed. It's called a high income skill, high in demand skill, and high income skill. So, but you would not know this high income skill or high in demand skill unless you have actually done your research to understand the needs of people right now. So when you understand the need of people right now, you then know what to focus on and how to focus on it and what you need to tell them. So you know, understand that definitely now there are individuals who are currently in need of money and they want to make money. So that is a need. So how can you create a product around it? And how can you communicate this product that these people understand that, okay, you are talking to me. I am the one that needs this product. And how do I understand that this product is actually the one I need as at this point, and it will be the best option for me? Do you get the point? Do you get the point? So you have to know that skill is one part of it. Announcement is another part of it. Explanation, articulating the value and the benefit of that skill is another part of it. The opportunities attracted by effective communication, which is copywriting, is another part of it. We'll get there. So there are many of us here today who already have skills. We don't actually understand marketing psychology. We don't understand copywriting. We don't understand nothing. So the only thing you have is your skill. So how can you sell yourself? You are just waiting for somebody to refer business to you. You are just waiting for one miracle to happen. You are just waiting for something to just happen that would, sell that skill. You're not actually positioning rightly for it. You're not actually branding yourself for it. You're not actually waiting, and you're not actually eager to get jobs for that skill and gigs for that skill. You just want a miracle to happen. I was helping us understand yesterday that there's a lot of things we are praying for right now that prayer cannot provide for us. Only growth can answer some of your prayers. So without growth, you are just wasting your time completely. Sincerely, I posted something on my channel today, although it was very funny. But in as much as it was funny, it It made a lot of sense. It says some of us are really sincere. Sincere, like truthfully, you are sincere. You have a skill. You want to do something. You want to impact the world. You want to help this particular need. You want to create a solution to this and everything. But you are sincerely wrong, sincerely poor, and you are doing everything wrong because everything you have been doing is just for sightseeing, so that people will hail you and this and everything like that. And I was trying to help us understand yesterday that in order for us to, if you want to change your thoughts, change the things you fix your eyes and your ears on. They contribute a lot to your thought system. So how far you are able to grow the highly determined and depends on your thought system. Do we understand? Do we get that point now? So no automatic announcements. Your skill does not naturally broadcast themselves or to potential opportunities. Your skill will not just go out there, create a social media account today and start broadcasting itself and say, hey, come on, I'm a video editor, come on. Do you get the point? There's no built-in explanation. Your skill does not inherently explain their value or application to the users. So in order for somebody to want you or need you or require your service, you have to clearly tell them this is what this skill is about. This is the value it creates. Do you get? And there is no automatic marketing. Your skill does not market itself. Without active marketing, your skill remains unknown to potential opportunities. Unknown, completely unknown. And most times it's not just completely unknown, it's more of like devalued. Because even when somebody comes who wants your services, the person will not price you to nothing. It will just be zero. Next slide. So what's the market respond to? This is what we're going to be talking about now. What does the market respond to now? In this current age, in this digital age, what does the market respond to? The market responds to clarity, number one. I made mention of this yesterday. Consistency and confidence. How clear is your skill? The skill you have currently, even if you want to position online right now, how clear is it? Do we actually know who you help? Why we should hire you? And what are the benefits of getting that skill? Who you help? Why? And why? What is this particular skill? Who is it built for? Our target audience, do you know that? Do you even know your target audience? As a scriptpreneur, you have one skill or the other. Do you know your target audience? Do you know who you are called to serve? Do you know the particular need you are trying to solve? Now, go back. I'm going to keep on referring back to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That is where you get enough clarity of your skill first. Because if you don't have enough clarity of your skills, there's no way you are going to be able to communicate it to other persons. So if you don't know what you are doing, you have the skill, one. But understanding the skill and the core concept of that skill, if you don't actually know that, who you help, the reason of that skill, the why, everything, you would still end up going out there and you send your message to the wrong audience. So this particular need, that skill you have right now is a solution to a particular need. You have to discover that need. That is the reason why we keep on going back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You get to understand that there are different needs that human has, that the system has, that the economy has, and everything. So what is the particular need that your skill is a solution to, or creating a solution for? Understand that. So your skill has to be something that has enough clarity when you are putting it out there. You have to be confident about it. Unapologetic. This is what I do and this is what I do. And I'm very good with what I do. Be confident. Do you get the point? And you have to be consistent, because nothing you see out there today that you admire or you reference to was built in a day. Some of them wasn't even built in like 2 to 3 years. Some of them took 15 years to come out. And today you are seeing the value in it, and you are seeing the tremendous, impact that thing has wrought in the community and all that. So that is something you have to understand. That nothing happens unless you are consistent. You don't have to put yourself out. Consistency does not naturally mean putting yourself out there on a daily basis. No, there are actually ways to work around that. We are going to discuss that, but that's not what it is. Now, when it comes to clarity, you have to be clear on communication of your value proposition. You have to be simple and easy to understand. That is what the markets understand and appreciate, even the algorithm these days. You have to be so clear to understand that even a baby, I was talking about, what was it I was talking about? I shot a video around it. about explaining and understanding a thing, that in order for you to actually understand and explain a thing, you have to break that into a baby level that even a baby can understand. That is where we are at currently. Do you get the point? Do we understand? So it has to be something that break that skill into levels, into bit by bit, communicate it in a very clear way that it's able to communicate the value proposition of it. Why do I need this? That is the question that everybody's going to keep on asking you. So tell me right now, you come to me as a graphic designer, you come to me as a copywriter, you come to me as a social media manager. I'm going to ask you that question. Why do I need a social media manager at this time? What is it that you are bringing to the table? So you have to be able to communicate your value very well. And the thing has to be very easy and simple to understand. You don't want to be telling me different jargons and everything. You may want to do that to show me that you actually know what you are doing. That's actually confidence. But you have to also be be able to understand that clear messaging, simple messaging is what sticks, and what sticks faster, and what is easy to understand. And you need to get direct answers to whatever questions I'm going to be asking you. Direct answers to the audience question. So there is a particular their target audience right now who needs who are business owners, and they need to put up their their brands out there. It's rapid. I think it's growing more rapid now. Individuals, brands, big brands like, let's say, First Bank, the likes of those banks, and some other big brands, they've established massively physically. They have enterprises, they have complexes and everything, and they are trying to put themselves online these days. So they are going to be needing social media managers who are going to help them to put themselves out there, or to put their company or their brand out there. Do you get? So when you are faced with these brands and they ask you a question, why do I need this? You have to be able to give them direct answers to their question. We're not talking about your technical best, complex, feature-heavy solution, overwhelming technical details, unclear value proposition. No, that's what we're talking about. Talking about clarity. Be clear about your value proposition, build confidence through consistency, and focus on what the market can see and what the market needs. Do you get that point? Focus on what the market can see and what the market needs. So if you go out there to put up a skill or something that is not needed by that target audience, by that market, you are going to end up kicking yourself in the prick. Do you understand? If you are getting me, just drop your best emoji. If you can hear me clearly and you're understanding what I'm trying to say, drop your best emoji. You have to be able to, drop your value proposition in a very clear and understandable way that your target audience are able to see it and say, okay, yes, I need this thing. They don't have to rack their brain to say, what is this person even talking about? What is this person? I don't understand. I don't think I get what this person is trying to say. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Thank you. Let's move to the next slide. What then is positioning? What is positioning? That is the question. That is what we are here to do. That is what we are here for. Now, positioning is how people categorize you in their mind. It's a perspective. It's the perspective people have about you. Now, let me give you a rough sketch and a rough example. Something can I may know Alex right now, and I know Alex to be a very nice and warm guy. Do you get? That is my own perspective about Alex. But Alex positions himself online, and each time Alex posts is very harsh. There are languages that are harsh. When you read somebody's post, you feel like, this person is attacking me. So the Joshua saw Alex's post. He doesn't know Alex physically. He just knows Alex online. What do you think is going to be Joshua's perspective about Alex? My own perspective about Alex is that Alex is a very calm and warm guy. But there is this other person who does not know Alex physically. The only thing they know about Alex is what Alex put online. Now, whatever Alex put online there is very harsh, and it's commanding, and how do I put this now? It's attacking. What is going to be Joshua or whoever sees Alex online? What is going to be their perspective about Alex? Now tell me on the comments box. Tell me, what is going to be their perspective about Alex? My own perspective is different. What is going to be your own perspective? Huh? What is going to be your own perspective? What is going to be Joshua's perspective? Whosoever is looking at Alex online and everything, what do you think is going to be their own perspective of Alex? In as much as Alex is a good guy and a calm guy and a nice guy, warm guy, offline, Alex is a different person. So you have, as a target audience or as an audience that is online, you have a different perspective about Alex. Do you get? But I have a different perspective about Alex because Alex is a calm and warm guy. So positioning is how people categorize you in their mind. It's the perspective of people or perspective that people have about you. So what do? Your skill, your target audience, and the outcome. What specific skill or services do you offer? Who do you serve? That is your target audience. Who is your primary audience for this particular thing? So let's say you are a I keep on using graphic designer because it's something that I'm used to and all that. So as a graphic designer, who is your target audience? This is something you have to rightly articulate and know, understand, do your research about before even standing and telling me you're a graphic designer or you're a video editor, or you're a web designer, or this or that, or you're a copywriter. You have to tell me who is your primary target audience. You have a secondary target audience. You have a primary target audience. Who is your primary target audience? What is this service? What is this product? Who is it made for? Do you get? At the end of this meeting, you are going to be. I usually call it a shift because I love that word. My mentor usually uses it a lot. It's called a shift. It's called a mindset shift. So there is something you know before. There's an understanding you have about this particular thing, but now you're going to understand a different perspective about it, and you're going to see a lot of light. I'm going to shed more light on it, and you're like, wow, I think this is where I'm missing it. So you should be able to see the faults and the errors you've been making these years that made you had a lot of skills, but still you're not making money. Why there are individuals who just have one ticketing skill, one small skill, just only one, and they are making a lot of money from it. But you have everything. As a matter, you are jack of all trades, even master of some. But at the end of the day, you don't even know your target audience. You are devalued in the market. You are still being paid 5,000 naira per graphics. Why there are individuals who are paid $500? I currently work with a brand who currently paid a graphic designer just for one graphic $50. $50 in Naira right now is around 73,000 something. 73,000 for just one graphics. Why? The other individuals who basically you can pay 5,000 naira, 3,000 naira, they'll do graphics for you. I'm not saying they are not good. They are not. I'm just trying to help you understand the position, the perspective, the value. Do you understand? So who is your primary target audience? Who is your primary target audience? That is something you have to understand. Now, why should they trust you? What is your value proposition? Why should they choose you? Now, you have to understand that the market is saturated. So if there is anything you want to do right now, there are probably tons of individuals out there who is currently doing even way more better than you. So why should they choose you? So in a market of like 20 individuals, or let's say 20,000 people doing the same thing that you are doing, what is unique about you? What is unique about your own product that I would want to look onto and say, okay, I think this person's own is good. I think I can see a future here. I think I can actually work with this person. So without self-positioning, others will incorrectly categorize you. When you don't, understand what you want to do. Understand the need that you are creating a solution for, that your skill is creating a solution for. Build around that skill. It doesn't have to be sophisticated, but understand this. Understand your specific skill, the services you want to offer, understand it well. That's number one. Then number two, understand the primary target audience for this skill. Then number three, understand the value proposition of that skill, why they should choose you. Know and be able to communicate it. If you can actually understand this, then when you put yourself online, whatever you post, whatever you do, is going to be ringing one thing, and that thing is going to be your value proposition. The reason why they should choose you, the reason why you are different, the reason why you are unique. Do you understand? So you understand that at the end of the day, clarity wins. It always wins. So without that self-position, without you positioning yourself rightly in the way you want to be seen, there's an adage that says, dress the way you want to be addressed. So if you want to be addressed as a king and you keep on wearing rags, who are you going to be addressed as? Is it a king? In as much as your family people and everybody knows that you're a king, outside when they see you, they don't see you as a king. They see you as a madman. Do you know? So there are plenty of individuals who are madmen online. I've seen graphic design. I'm not even kidding. I've seen graphic designers who are very good, extremely good. I'm not even kidding right now. I've seen them. I've been in this industry for more than 6 years now, going to 8 years. And I've seen these people, they are very good and everything. But if you see their brands online, very stupid. It's trashy. It's not something that is sensible to look at. But you are very good. You are crafting this, you are designing this, you are doing everything for individuals, and you are trying to build people's brand, but you leave your brand out of it. Is that not stupidity of the highest form? You don't even know your target audience. All you know is just, well, people have goals. That's something you have to also understand. So why is it? Why I made a mention of something yesterday. I said identity, skill is actually learning. Like, skill is something you can actually learn, but identity is how and why are you actually learning that skill. So what is actually your why? What is your why? Do you get the point? Can you still hear me? 111 if you can hear me clearly. 111 if you can hear me clearly. So if you can hear me clearly, just 111 on the comment box. 111 if you can hear me clearly. Thank you very much. So I was explaining, you have to understand what you do first as a person. That is you. There is no way you will come to my house and say you want to marry my daughter and you don't understand your life. And I ask you what do you do for a living? What do you do? And you cannot explain yourself. That's a whole different game though. But I'm just trying to help you understand what you do, the skill, the audience, and the outcome. What specific skill or services do you offer? Who you serve, your primary target audience, and why they should trust you. And how many of us knows our primary target audience? If you know your primary target audience, type 777. If you know your primary target audience, type 777. If you know your primary target audience, just type 777. I want to know. I want to know how many of you know your primary target audience. If you know your primary target audience, you already have a skill. For those of us who already have a skill, you You know the services you are going to offer. You know the need you are creating a solution for, and you know your primary target audience. Not everybody, because there are some people that will say my target audience is everybody. Do you get now? There are individuals who will say my target audience are business owners. Eh? So even when your target audience are business owners, what type of business owners are you specifically made for? Do you even know that? Let's talk now. So you see, at the end of the day, the only thing we have is a skill. That is why we are losing out on it. That is why we are losing out on this internet space. That is the reason why we are not well positioned for this internet space. Because the only thing we just know, the only thing we have, the only thing is just what's it called? Skill. I have a skill. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a social media manager. I'm this. I'm that, and everything. But you are clueless, completely clueless on what you do, on what or why you are doing what you are doing. Do you get? So this is something that you see. This is a book. I have tons of them here, tons of them. Do you know why? Why these books are always close to me? Even while I'm sleeping, there is always a book that is close to me. So I have 2 desks, and those desks, there are like books there. There is a book here. There is a book there. So each time I stand up to either work or to study or do whatever I have to do, that book is always there. You know why? Because I actually like documenting and writing things. So when I want to start a new plan, when I want to enter a new market, I try to understand why that market is important. You understand? So I write my why. Who is this thing made for? The particular target audience I'm going to work for. Do you understand? So I have to understand that. If I don't understand that, it's hard for me to go into it. So I have to do those research. That you see, most of us don't even. We just have plans and everything, but most of us don't actually have, good business plan. Have you sat down to do a strategic plan for that particular skill? Have you actually sat down to do an audit of everything you have been doing in regards of that skill? You have worked all year and everything. You don't have a plan to say, okay, these are the customers I worked for this year. This was their problem. Majority of the customers that came, this is the problem they came with. This is the solution that I solved, that I created for this particular problem. Do you know that all you just want to do is make money? You just want to design for people and make money. You just want to render a service. It's more. You are not different from people who sell in the market. If you have a skill and you are not rightly positioned for it, especially in the digital space, you are a market man, you are a market woman if you're a lady. Just know. Because you are not meant for these people, you are not built for them. You don't even understand what you are doing. You are not different for somebody who is out there selling gala in the hold up. Because what the person just want to do is do what? The person is solving the need actually. Do you understand? The person is creating a solution for you because at that point you are hungry and the person is selling gala and hold up. So it's just to sell it to you, give me money. Business is done. That is what we are doing. You are not different from somebody who is hawking gala. So you are hawking your skills. So the people you will keep on attracting are people who are stuck in hold up. You will not attract kings and royalty. The scripture help us put it that. Oh, let me not go there. Let me not go there. So if you actually want to serve kings and not mean men, what do you have to do? Go and search for it. Do you understand? So your positioning, you may think that you are positioned right now, you are online, you are doing this and everything. But trust me, you are not different from somebody who walked gala on the road, on hold up. Sincerely, you are not. Do you know why? Because the only money that person that is on the hold up is going to sell that day is the amount that is valued for that gala. So if it's 250, it's 250 that person is going to earn per one. But let me tell you something that is different. And let me tell you something that repositioning will do for you. Let it not be that I waste too much of time today. But let me tell you something that repositioning will do for you. Prior to early this year, I graduated this year by the grace of God, and early this year though, so it was supposed to be last year, but I left school this year, early this year, and something happened. I had an employment, so I had to travel to a different state and all that. And on the long run, it wasn't something I was built for. It wasn't something I was made for, sincerely. And it was a corporate work. I just knew, but I just wanted to test it out and see what comes out of it and all that. So I then had to leave the corporate work and all that. So when I left, I didn't really have much on me to survive in the how would I put it now? In the environment I relocated to, and I had no one obviously to go meet. So miraculously, because I didn't just leave the job because I wanted to leave. I left because I was instructed, knowing that this wasn't in alignment to my identity. Are you seeing where identity is playing in now? So I was making money there, you get, but I knew that this wasn't what I want because it wasn't in alignment with my identity, with my purpose and what I wanted to do. And I saw that if I continue to tread on that line, I may end up forgetting my identity. So I had to make a decision and make a tough choice with prayers and everything, and I got a go ahead to actually leave. But leaving is one thing. You know, when the Lord told Abraham to leave and go to a place where He will show him, He didn't actually give him money. Did He give him money? He didn't tell him, "Send me your account, let me credit you, so that when you go there, maybe you can send something to be eaten." He did not, Sabi. So that was my own case. So I needed money. Knew I needed to do something to make money and everything. But then, miraculously, gig came that day that I was supposed to hop on a call with and have, a discussion with and everything. And they wanted to build a website. It was just a basic 4-page website also. So I said, okay, maybe I could I was thinking, so while I was at work and everything, thinking of how to submit my resignation letter, how to go home and go and cry, and how to start suffering, I was still thinking of, let's say I hop on the call with this person today. I have to be very careful with whatever I have to say. Because if I end up billing this person, like calling a very high amount of money for this person may end up going. And this is the only hope I have at this point. If I lose this client, it is over for me. So I started thinking, how much should I charge for this website? Should I charge $150? Should I charge $200? Should I charge $250 then? Oh, these people have money. Or should I just charge $350? But if I charge more, they may end up not wanting me, or I may end up losing this gig. And the Lord instructed me that I should just ask them what is their budget. So that was the simple instruction. What is your budget? So when we hopped on the call, it was only a 20 minutes brief call. 20 minutes brief call. Now let me tell you, the job that I got, basically, this job was supposed to pay me 1.2 million at the end of the year. I think so, roughly 125,000 naira per month times 12. Somebody help me do the math. I think that's around 1.2. I think, 1.5. Abi? Do the math. That's 1.5, I think. So that was what the job was supposed to pay me annually. Yearly. So every month I get 125,000 naira as a salary. As a new graduate, I just graduated, of course. So it was more of like, thank God, oh, that kind of thing. And it was a very big firm. But when I got up on, in as much as I knew that what the Lord has said and everything, but I was still sad because it was more of like, what am I going to do with my life? Will I return back home and everything as a failed man and all? But then we hopped on the call and we were talking. This is what we have. This is what we have. Of course, my value proposition was very important, so I had to deliver the value first. This is why you need this website. This is really why we are here. I'm not just really fixed on the money. Of course, I was fixed on the money, verse. But I had to speak English. I'm not really fixed on the money or stuff. But what I actually want to know is this. If you really want to do this, and this is the mission that you have, this is something that I am aligned to. And of course, this is something I would really want to do for you, irrespective of the money or the pay. So, and I would not want to bill you the normal fee I bill my clients and all that, because I'm already invested in this thing you are doing. I really want to work with you. I really want to see the end of what you are building and all that. So just tell me what budget you have around this. Then I would be willing to work with you. If it's something I can work with, then of course I'll work with it. If it's not something I can work with, then I can tell you, okay, maybe you can just do this and do this. But on the long run, just understand that money is not the major factor or the determinant factor for me to actually want to work on this gig for you. I had to make that very clear. Communication. Do you see where it got back to what we are discussing? You have to clearly communicate your value. You have to clearly communicate your whatever you are doing. Then the surprising part of everything was when this lady called their budget. And he said $1,000. And I was like, I had to keep my calm, of course. Composure. You understand us now. We're Nigerians. We know what you're doing. So I had to maintain absolute composure. Do you get? She said $1,000. And even after she said $1,000, I didn't just say, okay, deal, let us work with it. No. No, that's not me. I'm not a poor boy. Was it James Allen? He mentioned that he said you cannot be I think I posted it. Let me see. He made mention of something yesterday. Because I was doing some little research and I got to see that. He said you cannot possess greatness within and it won't manifest without. Do you get? So your mindset, your thought system, has a huge role to play with what manifests physically from you. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Do you get? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it's not about how good you are, it's about what you have invested inside of you. So when she said $1,000, immediately I said, okay, well, it's actually cool. It's actually nice. It's not like it's not something that is not feasible. It's something I can actually work with. You get? But what I'm trying to do for you and what I want to do for you is this, and that. I want to be sure. I want to try I will try my best possibly to see how I can make these websites a blast that you'll be able to get this. So I have to communicate the value again in a different way. And she said, okay, well, I think the max we can actually spend at this time is $1,500. And I said, okay, it's cool. Of course, like I said, it's not about the money. I definitely want to work with you. And I closed that deal in 20 minutes. $1,500. Calculate it. Dollars at then was 1,570 something. Times 1.5. That was the money I was paid then for a 4-page website. Are we understanding? Branding and positioning. If I was somebody who positioned myself in a very rough and sakpa way online, I'm very sure when that lady would not even think of me to even want to have that discussion with in the first place. So her perspective about me is very high. Do you understand? The way she categorized me in her mind, she didn't categorize me as somebody who was poor, somebody who was looking for gigs, somebody who was looking for pennies. She categorized me as somebody who had enough value to deliver, who had the solution that she was looking for. Do you understand now? Now let's move to our next slide. Let's not waste too much of time there. The positioning framework. Can you still hear me? If you can still hear me, just 111 on the chat box. 111 on the chat box if you can still hear me. 111 if you can still hear me. Fast. Let's move on. We have a lot. We have 12 slides to deal with today, and we're just in 12. We're just in the fourth. We are just in the 6th one now. The positioning framework. All right, thanks. So the first thing we're talking about is your skill. What do you do? The second one is the audience. Who do you help? The third one is the outcome. What is the benefits? What is the outcome? So what is your audience going to gain from choosing you? What is your audience going to gain from working with you? Do we get the outcome? It's very important. So that equals your position and your marketing clarity. So the skill is your ability and your expertise. This is what you do. Without clarity on your skill, you cannot actually effectively communicate your value. Do you know that? Do you understand that? Now the audience, the specific group of people you help, this answers who are they for? Who is this particular skill for? Who is this particular solution made for or built for? Without a clear audience, your message becomes generic and less impactful. It's going, as a matter of fact, it goes to the it attracts the wrong people. Missing any elements, of these things there, it leads to confusion and it attracts the wrong people. And monetization is just something that is difficult. The outcome is the result you deliver. The answer, what do they get at the end of this? Without a clear outcome, you cannot demonstrate the value of your service. Do you understand that now? Now let me help you understand the cost of confusion. Missing positioning elements leads to confusion. Now, you understand the positioning elements already. I think I made mention of that in the slide before this. That's the skill, the audience, and the outcome. That leads to your positioning. So those are the three core key elements to your positioning. The skill, what you do, the abilities, your abilities and expertise, you know, and the audience, the specific people you are meant to help. Then the outcome, the result you deliver. This leads to your positioning. So missing these positioning elements leads to confusion, attracting of the wrong target audience and the wrong people, and difficulties in monetization and growth. Now, confusion is unclear value proposition, difficulty in communication, misaligned expectations, and wasted time and energy, because you keep on wasting time year after year, and at the end of the day, you're not getting results. Your profile is still as it is. You're not even attracting any good clients or anything, and everything is just quashed. The wrong people, you're attracting the wrong audience, misaligned partnership, wrong customer base, and difficulty in retention. Because when you keep on attracting the wrong people, they don't want to listen to you. Like, well, this person is not for me. So if everybody keep on saying this person is not for me, this person is not for me, who is going to be for you? Who are you made for? The people you are made for, how are you going to get to them? How are you going to get to them that they see your value, they see your profile, they see what you are doing? When it comes to monetization issues, there is difficulty in pricing because you can't even price. Taking for example someone, let's take this like a literal example right now. If I, at my stage currently now in branding, I'll tell you that I'm going to teach you crypto with my own branding now and everything, and Mark Zuckerberg come and tell you he's going to teach you crypto, who are you going to listen to more? Number one, that's number one question. Number two, when it comes to pricing, if I tell you $1,000 and Mark Zuckerberg tell you $5,000, even if you don't have $5,000, you go and borrow, because you have this. There is a perspective you have about Mark Zuckerberg that anything he's going to be giving is genuine and is authentic. And if you can even take loan to pay that $5,000, you are sure that with that crypto you can make more than $5,000. So it's not like you don't believe me. But there is something you now understand. There is a perspective shift. There is a mindset. There is a shift in your mindset. There is a particular perspective you have about these two individuals that you think that this person will actually do well, better than this person. And that is not because you know me personally. That is not because you know Mark Zuckerberg personally. It is because you understand and you have actually gotten a perspective about us online. What is in your mind? What do you know about me? What do you know about Mark Zuckerberg? Do you get? What do you know about Elon Musk? Whatever, like, do you get? So there will be difficulties in pricing, challenges in scaling. You cannot even scale. To be very hard. You remain as a very. You remember it's like a stunted growth. You have a stunted growth. You will experience a stunted growth. You won't even get close to sponsorship options, and your visibility will be reduced. Your visibility will be highly reduced. Do you understand? Do we understand? Now, without self-positioning, others will incorrectly categorize you. That's something. Now, the power of branding. The power of branding. Good branding reduces confusion. It builds familiarity and fosters trust by removing questions and doubts. I've often heard people say that their branding is more of like, what they understand by branding is just their colors, their logos, their this, their that, and everything. Well, in as much as that is one of them, because that is something that we got to understand with Coca-Cola and the likes of this brand, is the fact that we've been so familiar with red and white. So whenever we say red and white, when it comes to mineral, we mention Coca-Cola. Do you get now? So we know they have this particular color. So basically, that is one part of branding. But a good branding is a branding that reduces confusion. You have a clear messaging. You eliminate uncertainty about your value proposition. You build familiarity. You create recognition and comfort with your audience. And familiarity is a type of what's it called? The type of content you post, the type of colors you use, and the logo you use consistently, or the pictures you use consistently. So whenever they are scrolling past and they see this color, say, this person is Jude. This is Jude's style. This is Jude. So they don't even have to hear your voice. Your brand has a voice. That's something you have to know. Firstly, your brand has a voice. It has a tone. So there are people's tone who are authoritative and harsh. There are tones which are soft. There are tones which are calm. There are tones which are deadly. I'll put it like that. Deadly. You get now? So the family, how to build familiarity around those stones and around those things is by putting it and be consistent. How you are consistent with that thing every time. So when you pose, this is how you pose. This is the style. This is everything you do. So people know you. They now know you for that thing, and it fosters trust. This person has been doing this thing consistently for years. Like, wow, this person is actually good. It establishes credibility and reliability in the marketplace. Now, bad branding creates confusion. Missed message leads to uncertainty about your value. Today you post social media management. Tomorrow you post graphic designing. Who are you? Touch your neighbor and ask, who are you? Do you understand? You create confusion in the mind of your audience, and it begins to create an unclear message and create doubts about your expertise. Do you get? It damages trust a lot. Inconsistent messaging, and it erodes credibility. Are we understanding what I'm trying to say? Let me help you now understand on public focus versus private diversity. Public focus versus private diversity. For most of us that were discussing yesterday, that I was saying that we have different skills, so many skills and so many things we want to focus on, and how do we actually do this? Now you have to understand that there is a public focus and there is a private diversity. There is a version of Jude that you know that is online, while there is a version of Jude that only those who know me physically and are close to me knows. So when you see me online, Jude is a career coach, a business consultant, and a brand and social strategist. But when you see me offline, Jude knows a lot. Do you understand? So online, I am one clear, concise message. I am consistent in my positioning. I am simple, memorable, and my value proposition are just good and simple and memorable. This builds trust and clarity online. Privately, I have multiple skills and interests. Are you trying to understand now that you are not evil, or you are not less valued because you have plenty skills and everything? So you are thinking bad and say, oh, I'm jack of all trades, I'm master of no. Actually, it pays though. Now you don't know how to take the position. Now you don't know how to take the position for her. Do you understand? It pays well. You don't just know how to position rightly for it. Do you get? That's the reason why I always tell you that it is very important that you get a coach. Get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody to guide you, to really help you. You understand now? So it creates, the private diversity, multiple skills and interests, continuous learning. That is something I enjoy about myself. Continuous learning of growth. I so much invest in learning. So much. I think during was it November or December? I don't know. I literally used the whole of the money in my savings account to get a course. Literally, the whole money myself, I used everything to get a course. And that same course is something that I usually give for free. Most of the knowledges you see today, these are things that I have paid huge amount of money and some of money for. I've spent tons of money getting courses, getting books, buying for coaches, coaching programs, paying for mentorship and everything. These are what made me continuous learning, personal growth. I so much enjoy it. I am very curious, and when I am curious, I go for research. That is good. You don't want to get me curious. When I am curious, I go for research. Do we understand now? Then exploration and experiments. You can explore, you can experiment with different things. Tomorrow I'm going to help you understand, as a graphic designer, as a social media manager, as these 5 ways, 6 different ways, 3 different ways, 4 different ways you can make money just from one skill. I'm going to show you how to experiment your value, how to experiment your skill, and how to create different offers from just one particular skill. Then you also have a richer creative output when you are able to learn continuously offline. When you come online, people see that this person has improved. This person wasn't as he was yesterday. Do you get? So let's move next. Actionable steps. Now what you want to do right now, understanding now what you are or what you do, the skill or the solution you offer to that particular need. You now know that. You now understand your target audience. You now have been able to understand how to communicate your benefits or the benefits, your value proposition of your product or your services. Now what you want to do is fix your bio, understand the core messages and fix it. Understand well your primary target audience and the desired outcome with clarity as the top priority. So the first one we are going to be dealing with is fixing your bio. Craft a compelling bio that clearly communicates who you are and what you do. Focus on your unique value proposition and results. I'm going to have to share this with the community. For those of us who are in the community who registered for this summit, I'm going to share it with the community. Create a compelling bio that communicates who you are and what you do clearly. Don't go and be writing jargons and be using AI to do rubbish. Because most of you know how to use just know AI, you know, ChatGPT, and can just run to GPT now, you know, garbage in, garbage out. That's why it is important. Why I said privately, go for continuous learning. Learn, understand. Because the same GPT you are using, people are still using, there are individuals who are using it. They are doing the same thing, though. But guess what? They are making thousands and millions of dollars online. But the only thing you know how to do is garbage in, garbage out. How do I do this? How do I do this? When you go inside, the same way you go inside, they give you garbage, you accept it. You know, GPT self is wrong. Majority of the messages that GPT is exploring to people and giving to people these days is wrong. Quote me wrong. If you can. Do you understand? Then define your core message. Distill your value proposition into a clear, concise message that resonates with your target audience and differentiates you from others. That's why you have to be unique. So in as much as you know that the market is saturated now, there are so many people in the market who is currently doing the same thing you are doing. You have to be able to distill your value proposition into a clear, concise message that resonates with your target audience and differentiates you from others. So in as much as you know that, okay, I'm a social media manager, you know that thousands of social media managers out there, and you are trying to pitch to me and tell me, sir, let me be your social media manager. Now you have to tell me the reason why you are different from others and what you are offering as social media managers that others are not offering and why I should choose you. That's your core message. Identify your primary target audience. Clearly define who you are creating for. Understand your audience needs and preference. Understanding your audience needs and preference will help you tailor your message effectively. So you know that I am talking to all the farmers. Let your message, your content and everything be around farmers. Not the fact that you know that my target audience are farmers and you are talking to tech engineers. As how? Do you get? As how? Your target audience are, what's it called now? Let's say your target audience are business owners, the ones that sells, what do I use now? What do I use? The ones that sells clothes. And your message is clearly saying, you know, the message you're putting out there is for people who sell spare parts. Business owner who business owner who sells spare parts are the one who can resonate with your content. Why the ones that are supposed to be listening and resonating with your content, they are not resonating with your. That's why I said, when you say my target audience are business owners, which business owners? There are different business. There are people who used to sell car. They are business owners. There are people who sell spare parts. They are business owners. There are people who sell biscuits. They are business owners. There are people who sell clothes. They are business owners. There are people who sell recharge cards. They are all business owners. So what business owner specifically are your product made for, or your services? Do you get? So you have to first define that. Is it SME, small business enterprise? Or is it large scale business? For which? If you are able to actually do this and stick with it, trust me, the algorithm would recognize you, number one. And secondly, the algorithm will spike. Your content will begin to spike in ways that you don't understand. And you start getting good engagement and all that. Well, there are different ways basically to get engagement and to grow social medias and all that. Well, that's not what we're discussing today. It's part of it, but we're not going in depth. So if you want that, maybe you can pay for private coaching. I'll teach you. Then the fourth one is clarify desired outcome. Define the specific results you want to achieve. Having a clear outcome helps focus your efforts and measure success. I guess that one is very clear for us to understand. Now, common positioning challenges. Common positioning challenges. Majority of us usually have this problem. I had it at the time, not even at the time, even at my old stage. I think I also had this problem understanding and choosing which particular skill, because I knew I had multiple skills. I was one confused young individual. I knew I had multiple skills, but it was more of like, which one should I position for? Should I position as a graphic designer? Should I position as a web designer? Should I position as a career coach? Some of us, if you have been following my journey and everything, I usually document this and stuff. You find that at some point I was confused. There was a time I was a full-time career coach. There was a time I moved to being a web designer. There's a time I moved. You see? Do you get that? So we usually face issues like this. Which one should be my lead skill? So selecting which skill is to lead can be challenging. Choose the one that best represents your core value proposition and resonates most with your target audience. Yes, we are clear. So when it comes to selecting the lead skill, choose the one that best represents your core value proposition. I guess we already understand that value proposition already. I've explained that. And resonates most with your target audience. That is what you should go for. So you have others. So return back to our public and private practice. So publicly, this is who you are. But that doesn't mean that you don't have other skills. Right now, I'm a business consultant, a business coach. You can call me a career and business coach, and a brand and social strategist. But guess what? If web design job come, I chest them. If brand job come, I chest them. If teaching job come, I chest them. If graphic designing job come, I chest them. Do you know why I've been able to do that? But that's not what you see of me outside. That's not what you see. You can only see that in my company. That's why you see what I had to do. Now, should I give you this now? What I was able to do with my skill, understanding that I had multiple skills and all that, was set up companies who, offers those skills. So I have a tech company. It's called Zephyr Enterprise. You can check online, zephyrenterprise.com. That company is specifically for tech solution and diagnostics. So we have web design, software development, social media management, this and that and everything. So that helps me whenever a client come right now and the client is saying, okay, the client comes for business consultation instead. Let's say the client has issues growing their profile or getting good leads. So they already have a good standard profile, but they are not getting leads. Their profiles, their clients like that, people like that. I've come across so many of them. They come for consultation a lot. So what happens to them is this: they have a good brand online, nice one and cool one, but they are not getting enough leads. They are not getting people who are interested in their services or whatever they have to offer. So they have to come for consultation to say, okay, what is actually wrong with my brand? The same way you wake up in the morning, you feel like, I feel like my stomach is paining me. You now have to go to a doctor to ask a doctor, what is wrong with me? That my stomach is paining me. That is the same way they come to me as a brand consultant, business consultant, to actually ask what is wrong with my brand. My brand is having stomach ache. Can you please help me understand what is wrong with it and how I can solve it? Do we understand now? So by then, I'm able to tell them this, after having a general audit on their brand, is wrong with your brand. Now, if you are looking for a solution to this problem in particular, then of course, I also implement. So I'm not just here for cho. I also show workings. So I implement. So I'll tell you, okay, I have a company, Zephyr Enterprise. We deal on this, and we're the best target for you. We're the best person to help you handle this at this particular time. Do you understand now? So that's the reason. That's how you see me at the end of the day. Graphic design. This. So I have staffs who handle that basically. So I don't work. I'm an independent boy, remote worker, soft boy. I'm just inside my house. You get? I only do it when I want to. If I don't want to, I can tell my staff to take over. Do you get? But sometimes I get so bored and I just want to do something instead of always sitting down to brainstorm and bring out new ideas. It's boring sometimes. So the second one is refine refining your positioning. Your positioning may evolve over time. That's something you have to understand. So I started as a career coach at some point, like when I wanted to just sit down and say, okay, this is what I have to do. I started as a career coach and everything. But I knew that as a career coach, I was limited because I also have a solution for the problems of brands and businesses. So over time, I evolved. So from career coach to a business coach. Do you understand? But one thing you have to understand is you have to just start first. Growth would answer some prayers that even your 6 days dry fasting will not answer. So when you start and when you grow over time, you get to find out that there are some solutions you are looking for now that will never, or that is not available to you now, but is currently at level 15. So you are currently at level 5. You are looking for something at level 15. There is no way that thing from level 15 will jump down to you in level 5 unless you grow and go and meet it. And I say, okay. So one thing you have to understand is positioning evolve over time. Regularly assess and refine your positioning to ensure it still accurately represents your skill and resonates with your target audience. Your expertise level is if you are not an expert yet, position yourself around journeys and unique perspective. Authenticity, it trumps perfection in building trust with audience. So you may not be very good with what you are doing right now, but there are individuals who share stories. That was the reason I was trying to tell you yesterday, that now what social media shows you is the outcome. It's not actually the process. But these days there are content creators, there are creators out there who are beginning to show us their process and everything. So that's what they are doing. So they are trying to tell you, this is what I am now, but this is what I'm trying to build. That's why you see somebody will do 100-day challenge, 100 days challenge to become a social media manager, or an expert graphic designer, or an expert in video editing. So they are documenting their journey and are showing you. So even me, as a business owner who need a video editor at that point, if I want to hire somebody and I see this person that, okay, this person is actually trying, this person is actually doing something for himself, this person is actually serious about growth, about personal growth and everything, this person embraces continuous learning, this person is not backing off, this person knows what he's doing, I have everybody I have ever hired as my staff and everybody, they are people who, one way or the other, are people who glide and tilt towards personal growth. If you don't, there is no way I would hire you. I have to see that there is something about this person that resonates with me. What is that thing? Is it personal growth? I have to know. Is it continuous growth? I have to know. Does this person have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? I have to understand this. If I don't, there is no way I'm hiring you. Sorry. Do you understand? Like, do we get what I'm trying to say? If you are still here, just type 111. 111 if you are still here. If you can still hear me clearly. We are gradually coming to the end of today's session. 111 if you can still hear me clearly. No, yo. Do you now understand what is wrong with your brand? Can you now see clearly what is wrong with your brand? And the last one we have here is message consistency versus posting. Prioritize consistency of message over daily posting. Do you get? So it's not just about posting every day and posting different nonsense. Today you post about motivation, tomorrow you post about inspiration, next tomorrow you post about your personal journey. This one you post, I know now, just be consistent with whatever you want to do. It doesn't mean that you cannot share your personal journey and everything, but just be consistent with your messaging. Quality content delivered consistently is more effective than frequent posts with with varying messages. Messages that varies here and there. Today you are a thought leader. Tomorrow you are this. Can't you see that it doesn't make sense? So remember that brand evolves. Your positioning should, of course, also evolve. And as you grow, you begin to gain new experiences. Do we understand? So yesterday we spoke about identity discovery, how to uncover our authentic self, discover our core values, identify our natural strength, and all that. And today we have discussed about positioning and branding, positioning yourself for clarity, or positioning yourself clearly, developing your brand messaging, and building trust through clarity. Tomorrow, tomorrow, the last day, we are going to discuss income and monetization, because one thing you have to understand is that in everything you learn, in everything you do, in everything we've been teaching since, the fuel that is going to keep you moving is money. Income is fuel. And if you don't have it, sorry. So how do you actually monetize this, your brand? How do you monetize your value? How do you monetize your strength? How do you monetize your identity? How to generate multiple income stream? How to scale your impact efficiently, and how to create sustainable growth. The journey from who you are to how you present determines how you grow. So that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Come to the end of today's session. Let me take a selfie. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow is going to be a blast. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready for tomorrow? It's going to be a blast. Yes, 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 yes. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Tomorrow is going to be a blast. Tomorrow we're going to start early, not like today that we spent a lot of time and all that. Tomorrow we are going to dig deep on monetization. I can't really wait. Like I was doing my research to pull down slides today and everything for tomorrow and everything. And tomorrow is not something you want to miss, sincerely. Tomorrow is not something you want to miss. For real. Tomorrow is going to be a blast. Massive one. All right, then. Thank you very much for tuning in, and do have a good night rest. Do have a good night rest. Let me play some music for you before you go. All right then. Thank you very much for tuning in, and think it's not just about attending meetings or programs. It's understand watching it and going offline. So it happens with consistent effort to wanting to change or become the better self, or the better version of yourself. Do you get? So go study your books. Go learn. Thank you very much, and do have a good night. So go study your books.
We will never ever see. We will never ever see a God as good as you. Even if we serve, we will never ever see your as good. Thank you, Jesus. I and my sister, we will never ever see your